The kitchen with Tina, of course, from Tina's Traditional English Kitchen. Good to see you. We had fun in the first segment. We did scones and traditional tea, UK tea. It was black tea with not cream,
it's always milk.
Always milk. All right.
And you promised us tarts.
The milk goes in first.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of milk, and then the hot tea. Now this is still very hot.
Sure.
Okay.
Look at that lovely colour.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And all those little splashes on top. That's money. You're going to be very wealthy. That's what they say.
Really?
Yeah. That's what they say.
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah. So tarts.
Yeah, let's talk about tarts.
Do a tart. I make a very good pastry because my mum made a very good pastry.
Nice.
Cold hands is the secret.
Okay.
Very basic pastry. I've pre-made these. They've been in the fridge for a little while. All we have here is all-purpose flour and butter.
Okay.
That's it.
All that's in there.
That's it.
And water to bind.
Okay.
And it's always half fat to flour. So anybody can make this recipe. If you forget your recipe book,
half fat to flour.
Half fat to flour.
Okay.
So pound of flour, half a pound of butter.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Easy peasy.
All right.
Make it into breadcrumbs, add water, you've got a really basic pastry. I don't add any sugar in my pastry. You'll find that British baking has less sugar, generally.
Good.
And what I'm going to do with this tart is I'm going to make it into a treacle tart.
Treacle.
Okay.
Treacle tart. Now, treacle tart is made with something called golden syrup. Now, this is a derivative of raw cane sugar in a similar way that corn syrup is a derivative of corn.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little thicker. You can see that's lovely golden colour. It's
pretty colour.
And we're going to add that to the pan. This is a hot pan.
Do we pull it down for you?
I think we're good. No,
Okay.
knock it down a couple.
Maybe?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be good. And this is just to melt it because it's quite thick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little breadcrumb.
No kidding, breadcrumbs.
Just breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Now, this is just fresh breadcrumbs, and this is all that goes into the treacle tart. Now, a lot of British baking was devised through the war because we were on rations.
Oh, okay.
So this is
creative with simple ingredients.
Absolutely.
All right.
So this is a way of using up some bread, and we just mix that in.
There's so much history that goes with everything you make.
Absolutely. And what I like to do is research all the history behind every recipe that I make. And I've got recipes that actually date back to medieval times.
Really?
Using the golden syrup, would you believe?
Oh, you have to come back and make those sometime.
And they're just amazing little things. So what we're going to do now is add a little of this. Let me turn the heat off here, actually, remember. There we go. Then we just add a little of this to the tart case.
See, what's fun about this is you're introducing us to things that we've never experienced. These are completely new.
And the thing is, it's not so different from what you're used to, but it's interesting enough.
Well, and it's different enough, yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right. And, you know, you can't get this kind of thing anywhere in Indy.
No.
Except from my kitchen, which is pretty
Which
cool.
again, you said you're at a lot of the farmers markets, but you don't have a brick and mortar location, but you have a website that we're going to link to.
I have a website, and people can order. You can give me a call. I can order anything. I also cater tea parties as well, so you get this whole little experience.
So we can get and you would, if you catered the tea party, you'd get some of the history too.
Absolutely, and I do little talks in libraries and church groups about the history of how tea came about and how in the mid-Victorian times we started to take afternoon tea as a meal. So it was what we would eat with the cup of tea. And in England, it's all about the food. It's not just about the tea.
Not just the drink.
That's right. So these would go into an oven, 375 for about 15-20 minutes. And when they come out, they look like this. And I've cut this one open. So you can see how kind of sticky and doughy it is in the centre. Would you like to try?
Of course. You've seen the show before. Now with these, is it traditional to eat these with your hands? You wouldn't eat them with any other way, huh?
Or you could make them, eat them with hot custard. That's another thing that we'd like to do hot, is a hot custard. Or they could be equally nice with cream on a plate. But if they're good to go foods as well.
These are absolutely delicious.
And lovely.
And very simple.
Yeah.
That's great.
And a great portion size.
Thank you.
Set that right down.
Control our portions.
So remind people again your website.
It's tinastraditional.com.
Tinastraditional.com. Awesome.
Fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll put a link
It was
to
a lot of fun. You have to come back. Make some of those medieval recipes.
Yes.
Go medieval on us.
Yes. Okay, we'll do it.
If you want to eat a turkey leg that's like this big, you want to go.